Self-Empowerment, a Sacred Reclamation. Part 1. The Moment You Remember. Slow, deliberate, let it land. You didn't come here to be small. You didn't crawl through shadow, survive fire, and stitch your soul back together just to live on autopilot. Number. You came here to remember. Remember the moment. That one breath between your no more and your now what. That flash of soul clarity that said, I cannot live like this anymore. It doesn't always arrive with lightning. Sometimes it's a whisper. Sometimes it's the silence after the heartbreak. Sometimes it's the mirror at 2 a.m. when even your reflection doesn't recognize you anymore. That moment, that's the portal. That's when self-empowerment begins. The illusion of power. Most of us are taught that power is something outside of us, that you have to earn it, chase it, prove you're worthy of it. We're handed rule books written in someone else's ink, taught how to please, perform, conform. You wear masks until your face forgets its shape. You tone down your magic because you're afraid to outshine someone else's comfort. You clip your own wings and call it humility. But what if I told you, you were never meant to be digestible? You are not here to fit in. You're here to expand, to take up space, to be fully, unapologetically, divinely you, the rage that wakes you. Self-empowerment doesn't always start with peace. Sometimes it starts with rage, with realizing how long you've betrayed yourself, with feeling the ache of every time you said yes when your spirit screamed no. And let me tell you something important. That anger, that discomfort, that I can't do this anymore feeling, that's holy. It's your soul trying to wake you the hell up. The void is sacred. You will enter a void. It's inevitable. The space between the old you and the new, where everything feels like it's falling apart. But beneath the rubble, you're actually being reborn. Don't fear the void. Sit with it. Let it strip you down. Let it clear out what was never yours to carry. Power begins when you stop filling silence with noise, when you stop explaining your no's, when you stop negotiating with energies that never deserved access in the first place. The rise is ritual. Here's what no one tells you. Empowerment doesn't mean you always feel strong. It means you honor your softness as strength. It means you let the cracked pieces of you become stained glass windows, not wounds to hide. You become the ritual. You become the altar. You become the flame that doesn't need permission to burn. And from this place, you begin to speak differently, walk differently, set boundaries with the ease of someone who finally remembers. I am the key. I am the door. I am the storm. Closing this chapter, for now. So this is your first step. Not toward someone else's idea of success, not toward a hollow version of worth, but toward your truth. Let this moment mark the beginning of your becoming. No more shrinking, no more apologizing for being too much, too loud, too sensitive, too intense. You were never too anything. You were exactly what the world needed. And now you get to be that fully. We'll go deeper in part 2. The anatomy of power. where we decode what power actually feels like in the body, how to recognize it, hold it, expand it without leaking or losing yourself. Because you, beloved, are just getting started. Part 2. The Anatomy of Power. Rooted, clear, commanding. Let's begin here. If Part 1 was the remembering, Part 2 is the embodiment. You've crossed the threshold. You've said enough. You've honored the rage, the void, the pulse of your own spirit. Now what? Now, you build your power from the inside out. Because true empowerment isn't aesthetic. It isn't performance. It doesn't live in the surface of things. Power, real power, is felt in your breath, in your voice, in your choices, in your alignment. Step 1. Deprogramming false power. We were taught that power is dominance, that it lives in loudness, in money, in approval, that to be powerful, you have to control outcomes, command rooms, crush competition. But that's not power. That's posturing. And posturing is what people do when they're scared to be seen in their truth. You know what real power looks like? It looks like clarity. Like saying no without guilt. Like walking away when your nervous system screams, "This isn't it." Like knowing you could fight, but choosing not to because your energy is sacred. Power is frequency. We think power is something we earn, but it's not earned. It's remembered. It's activated. It's already inside you, waiting to be embodied. Power is not a possession. It's a frequency. You felt it before. Those moments when your spine straightens for no reason. When you speak a truth and feel something click in the air. When someone tells you, "I don't know what it is about you, but I feel it." That's your field aligning. That's resonance. Step 2. Power in the body. Let's break it down. When you abandon yourself, reclaiming your no. Let's get practical. Your power is directly connected to your boundaries, not the ones you set with others, but the ones you set with yourself. How often do you abandon your own knowing to please others, to avoid conflict, to be liked? That's not empowerment. That's codependence and spiritual drag. Empowerment says, "I don't owe you access just because you want it. I don't explain myself to those committed to misunderstanding me. I don't shrink to avoid making others uncomfortable with my light." You want to reclaim your power? Start with your number. Step 3. The power of the pause. Stillness is a radical act. In a world that demands urgency, performance, hustle, and availability, pausing is how you regain sovereignty. Because when you pause, you become the observer, not the reactor. You stop letting the external pull you out of your truth. You access your center. From that center, you make decisions not from fear, but from alignment. From that stillness, you remember, you don't owe anybody a rushed version of you. Take your time. Move with purpose. Let your timing offend those who wanted urgency more than truth. Step 4. Power in integrity. You want to feel powerful? Let your actions match your values. This is where most people fall short. They speak beautifully. They post quotes about self-love. They dress the part. But behind closed doors, they betray themselves every day. Empowerment isn't aesthetic. It's integrity. It's doing the work when no one's clapping. It's keeping your promises to yourself. Every time you honor your word, you build self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of personal power. Without it, your confidence is cosmetic. With it, you become unshakable. Step 5. Energy sovereignty. There's one final layer we must name. Because power isn't just physical or emotional, it's energetic. So here we are. You've made it to the end of this journey. But this isn't really an ending. It's a threshold. A final breath before you step through into the version of you that no longer needs permission, apology, or validation. This is your becoming, not in theory, not as an idea, but as a living, breathing, undeniable embodiment. Self-empowerment doesn't end with knowing. It begins with living it. The architect of your life. You are the architect of your reality. Every choice you make is a brick. Every boundary you honor is a beam. Every word you speak with intention is a window letting light in. The question is, what kind of structure are you building? Is it a fortress of defense or a sanctuary for expansion? Is it modeled after someone else's expectations or designed from your own divine blueprint? Empowerment means becoming the master builder, not out of control, but from clarity, not from ego, but from essence. You no longer create from fear. You create from truth. You no longer chase alignment. You become it. Future self as North Star. Let's time travel. Close your eyes and meet the version of you 5 years from now. The one who chose truth over comfort. Who turned boundaries into blessings. Who speaks with clean fire and moves like light. What does that version of you look like? Sound like? Feel like? How do they start their mornings? Who do they allow into their space? What have they said no to? What have they finally said yes to? Now listen closely. That version of you isn't a fantasy. They are already encoded in your energy, already alive in your choices. Every aligned step you take now brings them closer. Unlearning submission. To fully empower yourself, you have to release the final illusion that you are here to be chosen. You're not. You're here to choose yourself. You're not here to wait for permission. You're here to grant it. You're not here to play roles that make you easier to consume. You're here to be whole, even if that wholeness is too much for the world, too bold, too deep, too wild, too wise. Let them say it's too much. Let them call you intense. Let them call you intimidating. You're not here to babysit fragile egos. You're here to become unmistakable. The final mirror. You can only become what you're willing to look at. So, let's pause. Let's hold the mirror one last time. Ask yourself, where have I betrayed myself in small ways and called it sacrifice? What parts of me am I still hiding to be loved? What do I keep postponing in the name of perfection? Where am I still negotiating with fear? Now ask, what if I just let go? What if I trusted the version of me that already knows what to do? What if I let life meet me at my level of embodiment? That's not a question for the mind. That's a soul declaration. Shedding is a strategy. You, my love, are like the snake. You don't force growth. You shed for it. You let go of old skins, old roles, old beliefs that once protected you, but now only restrict you. There is no shame in who you were. There is only reverence for how far you've come. Let your shedding be sacred. Let your release be celebrated. You are not who you were 6 months ago, and you shouldn't be. That is the rhythm of rebirth. That is the essence of power. Not in clinging, but in letting go, again and again. Self-love is a lifestyle. In your new chapter, self-love isn't bubble baths and quotes. It's discipline. It's devotion. It's knowing when to rest and when to rise. It's telling the truth even when it shakes your voice. It's choosing solitude over noise. It's trusting divine timing, even when your mind screams, now. You don't self-love to feel good. You self-love to remember your godhood, to return to the seat of your sovereignty, to refuse anything less than what reflects your truth. And the moment you embody that, life recalibrates around you. Being the example, your life is now the message. The revolution is not in the speech, it's in the embodiment. Your healed energy changes rooms. Your joy disrupts generational patterns. Your softness rebuilds trust in a hard world. Your boundaries teach others how to meet themselves. You want to lead, be an example. You want to create change, be the first to live it. This is your offering, your light, your love, your leadership. You don't need a title to shift culture. You just need to live your truth out loud. Final invitation. Here's your final reminder. You are not broken. You are unfolding. You are not behind. You are becoming. You are not too late. You are right on time. So from here forward, speak like you are divine. Walk like your ancestors walk with you. Rest like your presence is sacred. Create like you are the cosmos remembering itself. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for yourself. And that, beloved, is your birthright. In closing, the soul remembers. Your soul will remember this journey, not because it was perfect, but because it was true. You chose yourself. You faced your patterns. You claimed your light. You didn't run from the dark. You became the alchemy. Self-empowerment isn't a speech or a moment. It's a lifestyle, a vibration, a frequency you now walk in. So hold your head high, shoulders back, heart open, feet grounded. You're not the same person who started this journey. You've returned to yourself. And now, you rise, you roar, and you never, ever look back.